that every nation that has pushed itself out created a culture of accuracy and precision. A culture of accuracy and precision. Because that is the fundamental basis of civilization. Accuracy and precision. It has been said that no straight lines occur in nature. No straight lines. Wherever you see straight lines, you know somebody has intentionally interfered in a process. Rivers do not flow in a straight line. Mountain ranges are not in straight lines. Just nature left alone will not construct a straight line. So if you study every nation, whether it's Europe themselves, how Britain became industrialized, and if you look at current nations that have done well, they started because they became obsessed for whatever reason. Either a leader enforced accuracy and precision and would tell them, we're not going to do anything basa-basa again. So if you check, the first mark that a nation is about to develop, there is accuracy. And it starts with sanitation. They get rid of disorder in the environment. They demarcate things better. They stay in confined boundaries. They determine where something starts and where something ends. They start developing a precise way of talking. They become almost mathematical in the way they reason. It happened in Singapore, happened in Malaysia, it happened in much of Asia. Because, you know, when I was growing up, the poorest countries in the world, you know, the acronym for poorest countries, it was the ACP countries. It's not African Concrete Products. ACP countries was Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific. We were the basket cases, the ACP countries. Nobody uses that again. Because the P have sorted themselves out. The Pacific countries, Asia, Southeast Asia. The C is sorting themselves out. Only the A is left. Transformation starts with a culture of precision and accuracy. That creates a consciousness of an intentional behavior. Because until people have a consciousness to act intentionally and purposefully, they cannot generate development. That is why in most countries, when military leaders take over, for a short while, the nations do well. I'm not saying forever. Because sometimes, whilst they are enforcing precision and accuracy at one level, they are destroying it at the thought level. But even in Ghana, we've seen that. We saw that when General Champong took over in 72. Precision and accuracy. There was a certain kind of orderliness. And our nation starts. I mean, agriculture, things were doing well. We saw it at the beginning of Gerald Rawlings. But then sometimes Whilst they are enforcing accuracy and precision, they stifle the thinking of the people and expression of the people. Then it counters all the good they've done. We've seen it in some of the military countries in the Sahel region now. It's because when people are conscious that they will do the right thing, they will develop. You would never go to a developed country and find things happen haphazardly. People urinating by the roadside. They see a free space, they come and set up a kiosk. They see this, the land is there, they go and galamsey it. There's no precision, there's no orderliness. And so far as we don't change that, and that is how our ancestors behaved. Because precision and accuracy is not natural. It came through the discovery of mathematics in North Africa. That's why the pyramids were built. Precision and accuracy helps you to lift loads, you organize yourself well, and there is calculated action, and so on and so forth. Now, that will not change all our culture. But what it does is once people begin to see the cause and effect, they begin to desire more and more of accuracy and precision. It affects everything. It affects taxation. It affects the whole nation. So that's the first thing. How can a country do that? The laws must be enforced. I am very particular about human settlements, where people settle and live. If you live in a place where animals and human beings are eating and drinking and defecating in the same river, I haven't seen any civilization where that happens. It doesn't happen. When I read 𝐊𝐞𝐲 book about Singapore, one of the first things he did was that. And he said that in his country, the people rear pigs, and they live with their pigs, like we live with our animals. And they had to stop. And people will cry and say, you are breaking the culture, this is our ancestors. Yeah, you have to stop living with pigs. Pigs don't live in the bedroom. They don't live in human habitations because there are all kinds of diseases and infections. So they start apportioning. This is where you live, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is where the road is, this is where the gutter is, this is where da. Those who are old enough will remember when the British were here. That's how Ghana was organized. So if you go and take any picture of Accra or Kumasi or Cape Coast from the 1950s, the first thing you ask yourself, is this Ghana? Because they understood precision and accuracy.